directly water related activity. It's not a pleasure activity, but it's a livelihood. And drowning is a multi-sectoral issue. It's very common in fisheries sector. Fishing is a high risk occupation. Drowning is the main cause of fatalities in the sector. So prevention is important, but when at sea or when in mid of the water body, we know if any distress happens, how to give first aid and all. So when we take the occasions where these incidents happens, at the sea there are many incidents of colliding ships, falling overboard, vessel capsize and sometimes drowning, and distress due to weather. So as a department, we encourage people to, as a preventive measure, to take life jackets, lifeboats, and to we are responsible to communicate them the sudden weather changes. So in front of me I can see the dialogue is displaying the silent communication. It's also one of the FAR and dialogue. Together we prepare the communication system to the small scale fishers to inform, come back to the shore without facing to any hazardous situation. So other than that, we are working with the Ministry of Health to train our people, because 6 to 7 people go on board in high sea fisheries in boats. So we need to learn them how to take first aid, how to do first aid for a person who rescue from after drowning. And in the meantime, to prevent these things, now IMO and ILO, if you work with IMO and ILO to promote safety and decent conditions of fisheries. So by saying that, I would like to invite and introduce the next speaker to you all, Mr. Samith Thilina, Safeguard Training and Swift Response. The topic is Safeguard Training and Swift Response, focusing on professional lifeguard training, rescue operations and swift emergency response to mitigate the impact drowning incidents. So I would like to give a brief introduction of Mr. Samith Thilina. Mr. Samith Thilina is both the branding and marketing manager and examiner at Sri Lanka Life Saving. He has volunteering as a rescuer with Sri Lanka Life Saving since 2003. Samith is certified by the International Life Saving Federation as a lifesaver, major trauma first aider and tactical emergency casualty care technician. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Sports Science from Sabarmati University and a higher diploma in fashion designing from the Lanka Institute of Fashion Technology. So, Mr. Samith Thilina, you are invited to deliver your speak on this topic, lifeguard training and swift response.
Thank you very much. Good morning, chairpersons, all the expertise and the participants. So, it will be a great honor to speak in front of you all, and it's really helped me for my presentation. To continue my speech, I will start from where the doctor stopped. So, lifeguard training and swift water emergency response are critical components, because while we need to learn life saving, that's mainly where we are. What is the importance of this? As a Sri Lanka, as the doctor says, we surrounding a sea. We have 103 rivers, we have lakes, we have pools each and every province. But entire in this country, less than 20% of people can swim. Even that, just only 2,000 rescuers are certified now in Sri Lanka. Just only 2,000 rescuers. Because even you know how to swim, you can't rescue a person. So, once you come as in Sri Lanka, 750 more deaths each and every year. I'm not going to talk about the data because the doctor talked so many data about these things. So I'm come up with nearly 26% of drowning deaths happen in the lakes and the water reservoirs. Canals, if it is 22%, sea, if it is in 21%, and whales 18%. So if you take more than 80% drowning deaths happen in land. Just only 21% happen in the sea. So how we need to serve the people in inland? If you see, the rivers, lakes, canals are main reasons inside in Sri Lanka. As well as we are facing for 2 monsoon rains each and every year with some of the flash floods. Even the people are attended with the floods as well as the river. When it comes with the rains, suddenly the flash flows, the water flows are getting faster and heavier. But in Sri Lanka, the people have no idea how to survive when you're facing in this kind of situation. If you want to become a lifesaver, especially into the water reservoirs, if you want to save someone from water, definitely you need to learn it. If you think, okay, I can swim, okay, I can, if you see someone in water, okay, I want to jump to the water and take this person out from the water. Never. That's the biggest disaster. That's the hazard. Even you know how to swim, it's not saying you can save a life. Then you need to learn how to rescue a person. So, where you need to come, you need to join with Sri Lanka Life Saving. Sri Lanka Life Saving, established in 1947 under the Australians. Still, we are trained under the Australian Life Saving Societies, and Sri Lanka Life Saving is the authorized body for International Life Saving Society and Commonwealth Drowning Society. So we are trained with Life Saving Victoria, RLNA United Kingdom, Utimati of Japanese Life Saving, and the Asia Pacific Alliance for Disaster. So these are our technical supporting organizing. As an organization, we always think to create a safe environment to people in this country as well as the people who come to this country. Because as a destination of tourists, Sri Lanka need to think about these drowning deaths and the rescuing. Because nearly 750 drowning deaths, from those 750, more than 20 to 30 people are foreigners. It's a disaster, and it's not good as a tourist destination. So, as a country, we believe always empowering people with the knowledge, empowering people with the skills. We can take the next step to rescue and to save the society. So we work with these government organizations throughout the past 74 years. We work with these organizations, and we have the international bodies as well as we have the local bodies, because all of these people want to save or to do something to this society, because each and every drowning deaths are preventable. If you walk in the road, if a bus or some vehicle come and hit on you and if you die, you can't change it. But if you come into the water, it's your fault. You can save from the water. Each and every death can save in this country. If you want to become a lifesaver, so you have to come up with these certifications because life-saving is not just a thing that you can learn and do, but you need to practice it each and every time, from water safety to become a surf rescuer. Then we have local certifications as well as we have the international certification. Each and every international certification have a guideline which is certified through the International Life Saving Society. So when you become a lifesaver, you need a good physical fitness. If I ask each and every of you, how many days that you have a physical activity in your life, in a week? Are you? How many of you do? Even that, how many you can swim? If I ask from this audience, I'm not asking to raise your hands, but ask from your heart. Can you swim? Can you run a bit fast, a few meters? So becoming a lifesaver, you need that physical fitness as well as you need that swimming ability. Even that, you need to know how to rescue a person. Just think, if you're going a deep water and if someone's grabbed you, then what you do? How you save without your hands? That's becoming a lifesaver's confidence. Always lifesaver need a mental fitness as well, because always your life is on 50-50. When you go for a rescue, your life is on a 50-50. Because you need to save your life as well as you need to save the victim's life. So it's 50-50 option. That 50-50 option always come up with your confidence. So you need to train your life. Each and every day you need to do physical activities, you need to swim, you need to practice your rescue methods, and you need to be a good mental strength. Always. As well as you need to know how to give a CPR using an AED. If it is in a bleeding situation, how to manage a bleeding condition. So you as a lifesaver, you need to know each and you need to know the sea creatures, the water creatures, then how to act when it is in a sea creature situation. If you suddenly got affected with the jellyfish in the sea, then what you need to do. Same time. So mainly lifesavers are come up with this flat water as well as the surf. Then you need to know how to swim in a surf. It's not just a swim like a sea. It's totally different when it comes to the surf. High dampers, high waves, rip currents, then you need to know how to act in those things. Swimming skill is not just enough to swim in a sea. Then you know how to act in a high damper. High damper is because when we have the two monsoons, with the two monsoons, both sides of the sea become the rough. At the rough season also we have to do the rescues. Then you need to know how to use the equipment. I am please requesting each and everyone, once you finish, just if you get a time, come to that the lifesavers section and check all the equipments that what they are using and how to use it. It will be really helpful. Because world now is talking about the non-contact rescues. You need keeping anything, something with you, a flotation device before you get into the water. Even you are a good swimmer, even you are a good rescuer, you need something, a flotation device with you. Then you know how to handle that flotation device. It's so important because always keep in your mind, your life is the most important. You need to save your life when you become a rescuer. Otherwise, it's no point when you go for a rescue, and if you die, then no point. There are past couple of years, there are so many incidents happened to people who go to the rescue and die. It's no point. You become a hero and die. I don't think it's a worthless thing. You become a hero and you need to save your life, because you save someone's life and your family lose you, then I don't think it's a no point. So, as a lifesaver, then you need to know about the emergency response, how you act in the emergency response situation. Because if there is someone drowned, each and every lifesavers come and jump to the water, then no point. Because then each and every people in the beach or in the river or any place are in a risk. So all the lifesavers need to know, then you need to know who going to the rescue, who going for this thing, who going for the first aid, who need to call to the ambulance, and who are taking each and every people out from the water. Those are calling as an emergency action plan. So you need to practice it each and every time. Otherwise, disaster create the secondary disaster and become a hazard and become a worse situation. When it comes to the swift water, it's another situation, because Sri Lanka has so many rivers, and as well as if we have two flood situations, swift water is another main reason that we need to train and practice. If you see each and every time when it is in the flood situation, people using and doing so many unwanted activities. They're putting some logs and all, they're trying to swim in the floods, they're trying to swim in the flood with that small tires and tubes and everything. So people taking risky actions when even in a flood situation. Sometimes there are so many rivers and waterfalls in nearest areas are giving a sudden flash water situation. But people have no idea what to do, and they go in those places taking risk action. As doctor says, the consumption of alcohol is the third main reason in Sri Lanka due to the drownings. So when it comes to the swift water, each and every, even you are a rescuer, if you don't know how to use the equipments, if you don't have the proper equipments, you can't go for a swift water rescue. You need proper helmets, jackets. If you even that, you need to know how to handling a rope. Even if I ask, can you knot a rope for a log, or can you put a knot to a tree? Can you? Then you can't do this. So even without knowing things, these are very hazards. So that's why always we need to teach people, come up with this. Those are life skills. When it comes to generally in Australia, people become an elderly, the swimming is a greater skill for them. But when it is in Sri Lanka, if you become an elderly, swimming is a dying habit. That's a hazard as a country. So when you become a swift water rescuer, you need to know how to handle the equipment, how to use a personal protection equipment. Even you wearing a life jacket, that's no point if you don't know how to handle it. Using a rope in the water, knotting, how to handle a boat, how to using a paddling, each and everything. So I'm again asking, come to the section of the lifesavers and check each and everything, use that rubber boards and check and getting a small idea how to become a lifesaver. Then if we comes, mainly our knowledge come from the Australia, UK and Japan for swift water rescuing and the surf and the flat water rescue. So as an international lifesaver, so when we see the international training sectors, when we see the international trainings, we are in a very low level in the trainings. We can do all the trainings in the sea and the lakes and the pool, but when it comes to the swift water, we don't have a proper training location, because we can train in a natural position, we can train in a natural location. It's very expensive. You need a massive of the equipment. So I just want to share with you some of our trainings which we have been internationally. So this is in RLNI, Royal National Lifeguard Institutions, United Kingdom. They have a survival swimming pool. So this swimming pool can give the waves, thunderings, all the scenarios can create in a pool. So it's an amazing experience when you can have this kind of a survival pool. And this is swift water rescue training in US. So this is how a person swim in a swift water without any hazards, because they know this place is very safe place, and then people can learn a lot without getting a natural and real condition before they knowing how to handle with these water flows. Because when it comes with the swift water, you need to know how the water plays, where's the eddy, where's the most safest place that you can. Then you need to know how to swim against the current, against the water flow. It's a massive learning. So we need a regular trainings for each and everything. So we can do flat water trainings, pool trainings and beach trainings each and every time. But it's quite hard to do regular trainings for a swift water in a natural position. So as a doctor says, we need, finally I come up with my endings as we need to create a standing operation procedure, as well as we need, as a country, we need open water disaster, open water drownings policy. Without this government involvement, it's quite hard to save the people in this country. So before I ended up with my presentation, I just want to say prevention is better than curing. So be prepared before getting to the water. Thank you so much.